Hello and welcome to the next episode of Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. I hope you've got your rulers ready because you will be needing, you'll be needing a ruler. The reason for that is because there is a lot of wires. Now, if you don't really like electrical work and you find wires quite fiddly, this isn't the build for you because the finished model is just beautiful with all the lights and all the, all the flux capacitor stuff, all the time conversion stuff. It's going to look beautiful, but of course for that to happen you're going to have to use a lot of wires. So if you are a little kind of wire nervous, like I am, to be honest, I am a little bit wire nervous because I don't want anything to break. I want to make sure I get it all right. Then just take your time with this issue, especially issue 38. Just take your time, make sure you do it correctly, and I will try and help you out as much as I can with these videos. Now, in issue 38, to start off with, you may notice that it comes with these little pieces here. Now, you get 4 of them, and they get placed under the DeLorean so that you can push down on it while you're screwing stuff in. This, I think, is a resolve to the wheel snapping off issue that I've been having, certainly. And again, it comes a little too late because, as you can see, the wheel still comes off and is still dead. But, it is really nice that we have these now as we go forward, as we start building up this DeLorean, because it is a more secure way of screwing in stuff into the main chassis. And speaking of screwing things into the main chassis, that's exactly what we're going to do now with this triangle piece here. This fits very nicely just over there like that, kind of covering a little bit of the engine there. Now, the instructions say to use JM screws to secure this in, but NM screws are what are provided. I know that these are the right ones because there's 4 of them, 3 to secure it and then 1 spare. So just be careful of that. Use the NM screws, not the JM screws as instructed. And I'm just going to go and do that now. And there we have it in like that. I did find it quite hard to get these screws in. I'm not sure whether that's because of the mix-up of the JM and the NM screws, but they didn't very easily even go in. So you just beware of this piece because I found it a little difficult and there's a chance that you might too. Okay, so moving on then to the wires of this piece, and you'll see we've got lots of wires here. Well, actually it is only 4 wires and they are individually numbered like this. It does look like that there is a lot more when you first get it because they're all wrapped up together for secure traveling purposes, I guess. But yeah, they are all individually numbered. I recommend that you keep the numbers on for the very, 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 very distant future and the foreseeable future because, I reckon that those numbers will come into play a lot later on as well. And also notice that on one end of the wires, you get these white connectors here, usually where the numbers are. Sorry, bad English. And then on the other side, you get these black connectors there as well. So the first 2 wires you'll need are these wires here, wire 8 and wire 12. And they just, for now, thread in there like that. And then move on further down the chassis. But we'll look at that in just a moment. So make sure you get them in between the connecting of part of the wheel arch there and there. Now the problem I have with this is that this wheel arch isn't down securely, so it is a little wobbly. So if you do see it wobbly, that's because I need to attach the wheel when it comes. Yours shouldn't be wobbly, so make sure this is secure before you do this. You also get these little, oops, sorry for knocking the camera, these little connector parts which we saw for the last wire that we got, and again they just secure the wire into those 2 places here. So we have one just there and one just there. I'm just going to go and do that and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. And here are the wires in place up here, and you'll also notice that you do exactly the same with wires 9 and 19 down here as well, exactly the same way. You attach them exactly the same way as you do these wires. Now this is why you needed a ruler. You need to have these wires sticking out by about 6 or 7 centimeters from the last connecting part. So as you can see up there, even though it is a little bit glary, that is well within the 6 and 7. And we've got the last connecting part here, and it's well within that as well. Now, it's not, well, the reason that I like these connectors so much, let's just zoom in, these connectors so much is because it allows the wires to pass through, and you can, you know, make them as long or short as you like. However, the next step of this kind of makes, it doesn't sit well with me, because I love the way that you can shorten or lengthen the wires so much. Asking you to then stick down the wires at this stage makes me nervous, because if I stick them down and they're too long or too short, then it could cause problems later on. Luckily, these circle sticky things aren't, you know, they're not the strongest of super glues. I think they are just meant to keep the wires out of the way while we build the rest of the model. So what you do, I'll just show you here with wires 9 and 19, is you pinch them down there. Make sure you get the 6 or 7 centimeters sticking out, and then you just stick them with one of these circle stickers just onto there like that. And yeah, okay, it's not the most secure stick in the world, which is nice. It means you can just take it off if you need to. Ooh. So I'm just breathing a sigh of relief, actually. I really thought that they would be a lot stickier than they are. So that is great news. So then you kind of pull the wires along and you get them to here, and you put the next sticky circle on and you stick it on there like that, and then you get the wires and you fold them over the center part there like that. So wires 9 and 19 will come all the way down here and over, and then wires 8 and 12 will come all the way down here and over that way as well. And that is what you do for the wires in issue 38, but there are more wires in issue 39, so let's have a look at those, shall we? Yes, we shall. So the first lot of wires we get in issue 39 are these ones here. So we have 9, 10, 11 and 23. Someone doesn't know how to count. I'm sure there's a reason for that. But yeah, 4 wires. Once again, you unfurl them and untangle them, because they do come all bunched together once again. And you just basically thread them through at the back of the Delorean. So we've got these 2 connecting parts there, which is you feed them through, and then there's some more there, and there's some more there, and you also get slightly bigger kind of wire connector parts here. So I'm just going to connect these all up, and then I'll be right back with you. So here are the wires all secure, all bunched together, and you don't have to stick these ones down. These ones are free to kind of move as you like, which I really, really like. And also, I hope you don't mind, I actually went ahead and finished off the last of the wire parts by installing wire number 22, just the one in this side, but it's connected the exact same way, and that wire is free to move as you like as well. And when that is all done, you are left with this, wires everywhere. And I've just noticed, actually, you kind of get the number of the wire attached onto the black part as well. So that is pretty cool. That is pretty nice. But yeah, that is what you're left with, wires everywhere. But that isn't the last part of issue 39, because also in issue 39 you get this part here, which is just plastic, just grey plastic, and I think eventually it will sit over here, something like that. I don't know which way around, but these to me look like kind of seat grooves to attach the seats, and, you know, kind of gearbox and time circuits and stuff like that. But we don't attach it yet, we just get it in this issue. These 2 issues mainly just being about these wires and getting these wires installed, and now that they are done, I feel like I can breathe a sigh of relief. If this video feels different to others, if I seem more tense, it's because, like I said at the start of this video, I find wire work quite disconcerting, because I just want to make sure I get it right. Luckily, Eaglemoss have knocked it out of the park and have made this a really, really nice and simple way to attach all the wires. So I'm very, very grateful for that. I'm really looking forward to seeing how all these wires connect and what they plug into, and all of the exciting light features that this model does have. But for more of that, you're going to have to wait till next time, I'm afraid. So I will see you in 2 weeks' time, where we're going to be building more of this fantastic DeLorean model. Until then, guys, take care. Bye-bye.